Alexis, there appears to be this sort of, you want to call it class warfare going on in crowdfunding. The celebrity crowdfunders versus the diehard indie filmmakers, the DIY people. And there's a lot of talk about how the celebrities should not be allowed to be on these crowdfunding platforms, that somehow it's taking money away or notoriety away from the smaller little guys, quote unquote. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I should preface this by saying that I'm no expert on crowdfunding. I was associate producer on a short film that did a very small amount of crowdfunding. But I have heard about, and of course I follow the Film Courage website, so I do hear about these things, but I had heard about one particular celebrity getting crowdfunded. And there's this kind of, there's an inevitability about celebrities using it because everybody's trying to get a little bit of extra publicity. There's no guaranteed publicity. Do you know what I mean? Publicity is made by people. It's the journalists that if they're interested, how do you get them interested? You know, these folks are overworked and they're trying to get stuff in for a deadline and they're trying to look for the idea and they want to please their editor, and it's like, oh, such and such is the first celebrity to use a crowdfunding website. Bingo. And of course, the clever celebrity or their PR person is going to know that it's a bingo and it's going to happen. So there's an inevitability to this. At the same time, is some of this going on because the celebrities need the money? I know that might sound odd, but I think there's this false idea that you kind of, you struggle, you make it. Oh, life's so easy now. I'm no celebrity, but I know people who've got further than me in the struggle, and it's always an effort. Every new project is a new effort. You know, every day is a day when I feel like Michael Douglas in Wall Street. You got to get up ready to bite the ass off a bear. Now, every day is a day when you've got to move forward. You know, if I'm not promoting my brand, if I'm not, if I don't have projects running, then, you know, if one of the most tempting things, I'm kind of diverging a bit, but it raises an interesting point, and it's something that I think I may have put in the article on Film Courage. If not, it came soon after I wrote that article about Play Your Cards Right, and it's this idea that, right, I did that, everybody liked it, that's great. You know, I've had some press attention, everybody's admitted I'm an artist now, so they can't stop saying, they've got to say I'm an artist, you know, they call me a composer and etc., or they can call me a filmmaker. I've done that, so I can relax, you know, and just enjoy the achievement. Now it's true, you need to relax and you need to enjoy yourself, but I know that if I stopped doing what I'm doing and pushing things forward and coming up with new projects, not just working on the old ones, but coming up with new ones, that I would lose momentum for a start, and people would perceive me differently as time went on. And it would be my intuition. I haven't really thought this through, but my intuition, I can just see myself slowly, you know, talking about that rocket, the imagined rocket, it would be just a slow sinking down of myself, both inside in my self-belief as an artist and in terms of people, you know, where I work. Because bear in mind, as I said, I have a salary, you know, I'm there, I have a job title, a job description, and part of that is the being an artist, and people's perception of me there would sink down, and gradually I'd become more and more of a scientist. And which is, you know, there's nothing wrong. If I wasn't a scientist, I'd go mental. You know, if I wasn't an artist, I'd go mad. So that's one of the things, you know, and I'm sure that's the same for everyone. You know, I'm sure no matter what degree of success you have, you can't have, you know, how much money you have, how much success you have, you're always going to be, I want the next thing, I want the next thing. The people that aren't like that, okay, would be happy on 30,000 a year. As happy as they were on, you know, 30 million a year. Slight exaggeration, but you see my point. There are, you know, most people, we desire is not fulfilled by getting what we want. Desire is a thing in itself, and just fulfilling the first desire desire will remain, and there'll be a new thing, and there'll be a new thing, and there'll be a new thing. So it's a rather deep philosophical answer for a question about crowdfunding and celebrities, and I'm sure there is this element of just taking advantage of the publicity. But I also think, that maybe the people that think celebrities shouldn't use this avenue, shouldn't use that avenue, some of them maybe are thinking that when they've made it, that they won't need to use that avenue. The idea, we have this deep desire, I think, that we'll get to a certain point in our lives and we'll have made it and we can relax and just enjoy things. We don't need to keep on struggling. And I don't think that's true, but that may be some of the psychology behind people that are saying celebrities shouldn't use crowdfunding, because maybe they have a dream at the back of their mind that when they become a celebrity, they'll have reached that point where they can relax and they don't have to struggle anymore, so they won't need crowdfunding. They won't need to take advantage of every possible avenue available to get the next project off the ground. But I believe that no matter how successful, how rich you become, the next project will always be a struggle. So I think, having said that, I don't depend on crowdfunding. So it's very easy for me to give that answer. If I was depending on crowdfunding, then it would be to my advantage to fight off the bigger fish. Though, I hate giving a contradiction to everything I say, but there is one thing. It may seem that by stopping celebrities using crowdfunding, that you're saving more for yourself. If you depend on crowdfunding, which I don't, then you'd say, well, I want to keep the celebrities out of there, keep the bigger fish out of there. But there is another side to that, which is that crowdfunding, it has two sides. It's like trading. You have a seller and a buyer. So you're selling something and you want the crowd of buyers to come in and to give you funding. The size of that crowd has a large impact on whether you reach your goal or not. How many people knew about things like Indiegogo and so forth before a celebrity comes in? If a celebrity comes in and it gets broadly publicised that such and such a site has been used by this celebrity, you've got to wonder if maybe 10% of the people that read about it maybe might even go online and look at this website, a website they would never have looked at otherwise, and maybe a proportion of them might see your project. Maybe a portion of them might start searching through, see multiple projects, and maybe more money will come in. So there is a question, which I don't think we have time to do the cost-benefit analysis now, but celebrities could well bring more buyers to the market. Though obviously they may suck up some of those buyers. So I think it's an unresolved issue, but I do think some of it is probably driven by this idea celebrities somehow are in some protected position, and they're not. They've got to fight every day to keep their career going.